Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video, I want to cover a couple of things. A couple of bits of news for sure. First of all, let's check out this new summon pool, which has just gone live. Honestly, I feel like, I don't know, you guys let me know what you think about this, because I was not a big fan of Prism Shards, and you guys sort of talked me around to it, but I think that this summon pool honestly kind of sucks. So it's a void summon pool. But number one, like, look at the look at this. This is me. You guys know I'm not a big spender, but I whale out on the primal shards, but that's about it. But I mean, look at this. I all these legendaries that are available, I only have got a few of them. I only have a few of them, and because they're voids and they're pretty good, like I already have pretty good souls for Sifi, Amithrala, and Narses, Uh this makes this very underwhelming. This to me makes this event very underwhelming. I feel like to have enough of these champions, you already have to kind of be a whale, right? For this to be in any way appealing, you already have to be a sort of person that is pretty much spending money on void shards. Because otherwise, you're just not going to have enough of these champions for this to be worth it. The epics are a bit better, and there are some rares in there, and we've got some decent rares. Like, you know what? A Bellower Soul, definitely Cold Heart Souls are great. Renegade's pretty useful. You've got good rare champs in there. That will be somewhat useful. And the epics, we got good stuff as well. A Kemptum is great. Temitha, Godseeker, really nice. Yeah, and so on. They're good epics, so there is that if you want to get your thing for free. Listen, the legendaries might not be useful to you. You're most likely to get an epic. There are some good champs in there. On top of that, though, also look at this, right? Like, for your rares, the rares are actually not bad. You're very likely to get 5-star. You might get 6-star. But when it comes to the epics and legendaries, I mean, not great, guys. 40% of the time you're getting a 2-star, and then another 30.5% you're getting 3-star. To really get a good soul, it's about that, what? Yeah, about a 13.5% chance to get a 5 or a 6-star. It's not great. It's not super high. And I feel like that's more so what you're looking for. What do you think of this? To me, this feels very underwhelming. Now, there are some of these available for free in Dungeon Divers. So we've got this Dungeon Divers event. This is on right now. In fact, it's live in-game, so you can be doing this. It does overlap with CVCs. That's kind of nice. In this Dungeon Divers, you can get 35 free soul summons, but it requires a lot of points. Now, this is going to overlap with a new event as well, and we're going to touch on that for the Odin Trial, doing the event dungeon. So that's kind of nice. It overlaps somewhat with that, a couple of days. Doesn't want to load here for me. Hang on, let me pause. Yeah, okay, it's just won't load. Luckily, I do have a screenshot from someone in my guild. So, not my guild. So I've been playing World of Warcraft, thinking guild. Someone in my clan. But we can see here, this is the Dungeon Diver. So look, 10 Essence is good. 6-star Speedglyph is good. There's the Prism Jewels for your free summon. But it's 6,000 Dungeon Diver points. That's a massive amount. Again, I feel like this is really whale territory. I'd love a free summon. Like, that's fine. That's nice. But that's a ton of Dungeon Diver points. And I would be wary about spending too much on this, like energy and gems, before we know what's coming at the weekend, because we don't know what's coming at the weekend yet. There's a decent chance it's the Deck of Fate for Freya. We know it's coming. It might be this weekend, might not be, might be during the fusion, might be after the fusion. But we still don't fully know what is coming at this at the weekend. So yeah, we're almost there, mind you. I don't know. Like, could they squeeze in a Deck of Fate in here? There's no summoning event in here yet. So maybe. It would be unlikely it would have Dungeon Divers as part of it if it was this weekend, seeing as the Dungeon Diver event does last until Saturday morning. Pretty unlikely those would overlap. It could be Artifact Enhancement. We don't have that. Champion Training does notably end at the start of Friday. We could have Champion Training and some sort of summoning. I don't know. It could also be it could be a Hero's Path. It could be just a regular summon event. We don't know. But because we don't know, I'm not too enticed into going crazy on energy in this Dungeon Divers, at least until we probably should get the news tomorrow or maybe Friday. Probably tomorrow is when we'll get the news on that. So you could go hard on the last couple of days, but These, I don't know. I am not convinced by these Prism Soulstones. I think that these are great when you have lots of the champions. You know, it's a if you want to whale out, it is obviously going to give you good return for whaling out. But I feel like for a free to play player, even getting these free summons, it's not too inspiring. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. Let me show you as well the team I'm running for the Odin dungeon in advance of that tomorrow. So this is the team I'm now running. Again, this is not supposed to be a free-to-play or accessible team. This is the team that I am doing. I did do a guide video showing you some teams that can work for stage 20, which I'd really recommend most players to farm, if you are going to farm, would be stage 20. It's a heck of a lot easier. Stage 30 is brutal. Even stage 25 is brutal. So I'd really recommend, stage 20 for most people as being something that's doable with a straightforward team. Just, bring in a block buff champion. You can use Loki. You can just use Loki and bring in like an Arbiter, AoE damage dealer, some decreased defense, weaken, whatever. But yeah, I've been farming stage 30 with this. Takes about 30 seconds now. Again, thank you to the suggestion to you guys. I initially used Alatrian Blade Master in my initial guides, and then I ended up swapping him out. But we've come back to him. So how does this work? Well, Ugo is the fastest and high accuracy, places decreased defense block buffs. We nuke with the 2 newts. Alatreon, Blade Master, giving us a really good speed aura. Then we reset with Kymar, and then Alatreon comes in at the end. He needs to be faster than Odin, that's important, but he gives us the protected block debuffs, which means that when Odin comes in and he tries to strip our buffs and to stun us, he cannot do it because it's protected by Alatreon. You could replicate this with like an Elva Autumnborn, same sort of speed, and give her 9-piece protection set, or 6-piece if you can't, You can absolutely do that. You could do it with really any cleanser with block debuffs, so give them a protection set. It could work. Like you could use a Sky Touch Shaman. That could work as well. You're just not going to have a speed aura in that sense. I've also used an Ancora in this position as well. That can work too. Now, she doesn't have block debuffs, so she needs to be faster and like 6-piece Stone Skin. Open up with her A1, so she'll have her cleanse for round 2. Makes it a little bit clunky because if the Stone Skin gets stripped, it's a 50-50. You can't really resist it because Odin's getting buffed by the faction unity guy. It's gonna, you kind of have a 50-50 for the Stone Skin to last. But this is the team. It's pretty consistent, pretty solid. This is what I've been running, and makes this a nice quick farm. You can do it faster. There are faster options, but this one works well. If you don't have a second newt, you could use a Wallmaster Atharion. You could use an Acrisia. You could use a Marius. Those sorts of champs would work. You could maybe even go a little bit slower with like just a Cold Heart or something. You're going to be low on the damage, but you could maybe make it work with some better gear, perhaps. Because, you can see that the second newt, he is overkill. But you kind of would want the double max HP hits. The idea being you get 30% max HP from newt, and then with an Atharion or a Acrisia, something like that, you get 2 more enemy max HP hits. That's 50%. Reset. Do it again. It's 250%. It's 100%. Plenty, and you're good to go. Let me show you the builds on those champions so you can see how it's set up. So Kymar, he is in Stone Skin, but he doesn't need to be. We took his boots off. He's 253 speed. Newt, number 1, is in Relentless. I must re-gear him at some point, but he's in Relentless. His damage is not the greatest, but he's still doing plenty. We've got Alatreon. He's in Protection now. He doesn't need it. He just happens to be in it, but he doesn't need to be. He is 240 speed. It is important because Kymar is turn meter boosting with this Seal of Magic, and because we got a 30% speed in all dungeons aura, probably the range is really, really broad for when you use Alatreon. Probably quite broad. You just want him to go before Odin. That's the number 1 thing that you need to do. He must place block debuffs before Odin goes, and it is protected. He doesn't need to be booked because literally all he's doing is the guaranteed protected buff, which is cool. Like I said, you can simulate this with protection set, preferably 9-piece, even 6-piece can help on any block debuff champion. Or you could use a fast cleanser. Mithrala would actually probably be your best option. Just a fast Mithrala. Have her open with her A1, and then go in with the cleanse, and have her be faster than everyone else on your team. So she will actually rip the stun off of you with this, and you could build her with enough resistance, I would think, to be able to do it. That's sort of the team recently used, and Yeah, then we have the Ugo as well in there. So Ugo, this is my fast Ugo. So she's 273 speed with 500 accuracy, and she's doing the job just fine. That's her. And that's the team. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. 2 newts. This is the second newt, by the way. 2 newts. Yep. Yep, 2 newts are pretty good. 2 newts are better than 1. But that's my team for that. Let me know, what teams are you guys running? Like I said, stage 20 is so much easier. I would, for most people, recommend. You've got much weaker ads alongside the boss. It makes it much safer. It's much easier to do. So that would be, I think, the farm goal for most players, and you're dropping all 5 to 6 star gear at that point. Stage 30 is really inaccessible. You really need top tier champions. But that's where I'm at with that. I will... Oh, got a red dot for dungeon divers. Hey, now it's working. Amazing. But yeah, I don't know. I will personally, because I'm grinding this for pinpoint, I will do this tournament, and I'll just see how much dungeon divers gets done. I don't know. Depending on where I'm at, I might go a little bit hard, but I'm in a bit of a luxury position where I'm able to do that. I really don't think that this is an event you need to worry about too much, unless the rewards for the Odin tournament are insanely good. Let me see. Is there an in-game preview? No, it just says get rewards. So I guess we'll find out. But yeah, they might be good, they might not be. In terms of pinpoint gear, I have actually already re-geared a few champions with pinpoint, which is quite fun. Let me see. So Yumiko is one. She now has the double pinpoint, an ring, a necklace, giving her an extra 20 accuracy and 10% speed. That's lovely. So my Yumiko is now faster than she was before, which is really, really nice. Who else has got pinpoint? A few people do. Actually, my Arbiter, who's in like my backup speed gear, she now also has got 2 pieces of pinpoint. And again, the ring and the necklace don't need to be that good. You're looking for speed champions. That's pretty fun. So again, she is now a little bit faster than she was before, which is cool. So yeah, like these pinpoint accessories, I actually think are pretty great. I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of handy. We saw my ninja going to be showing up in my Mikage video yesterday. He actually's got a pinpoint necklace with crit damage and some accuracy. That's giving him an extra 20 accuracy and helping his accuracy be high because he's in kind of crazy damage gear. So you can do some fun stuff with it. One thing I'm experimenting with, I've got 6 pieces of pinpoint on a Gaius. I thought that would be fun to experiment with. 2 intercept stacks so he can like bomb everyone and not get polymorphed. So it's sort of, his stats, his attack's kind of low and his accuracy is not great. So this is not really working out yet. It seems to me very, very difficult actually to build a good pinpoint set. It's going to take a heck of a lot of grinding. To me, definitely the bigger gains have been in, yeah, just slapping a couple of pinpoint accessories on people actually makes a pretty big difference. So that's the main thing. And the accessories drop way more. You saw from the Odin dungeons we ran already, it actually drops accessories quite frequently. And yeah, they don't even need to be that good. The banner is more of an issue because you're going to want accuracy banners with speed. So that's really tough to get. Really tough to get. But hey, I mean, getting a bad ring or necklace, if the necklace is accuracy, you're good, right? Great. So there you go. There's my thoughts on that. Let me know what you think. I am certainly not wailing out for this. Get souls for champions I don't even have. No thanks. See you all next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.